Hello everyone, this is Satish Kumar, lecturer in Electronics and Communication Engineering, working at Government Polytechnic, Masaptank. I am teaching analog communication subject for diploma in ECE branch in Telangana state, and the subject is in third semester under C18 curriculum. In analog communication subject, there are 6 chapters, in which we completed 5 chapters. Now we are in 6th chapter. The name of the 6th chapter is engineering applications. In this engineering applications, we need to solve variety problems related to all the first 5 chapters that are there in analog communication subject. We solved problems on noise, transmitters and receivers, AM, FM. Now we are going to solve problems on power density and electric field intensity of EM waves. In the earlier class, we solved problems on image frequency and its rejection ratio in receivers. Let us see what are the problems are there on power density and electric field intensity of EM waves. Right. Before starting solving the problems on power density and electric field intensity, first we need to know what is power density. Power density is one of the important parameter when we talk about EM waves. When EM waves are propagating through the medium, that may be wireless medium or wireline medium, generally EM waves require insulator for their propagation. When EM waves are traveling through the insulators like air, they spread over some area or over some volume. Hence, to calculate power available on a volume is very important rather than power at a point. This concept is known as power density. Power at a point is known as normal power, that is DC power or AC power, whereas the power available over a volume is known as power density or power transmitted per area. Power transmitted per area is known as power density. I will take one empty page and I will explain. Let us say this is one area, and what is the power available in this is known as power density. So, power is different and power density is different. So, power density is equal to power by area or surface area is known as power density. Normally, when we analyze antennas or when we analyze wireless transmitters or receivers, we talk about an antenna which is ideal. Its name is isotropic antenna. And we assume there is a uniform distribution of EM waves in the space. That means we assume the radiation available or the radiation coming out of the isotropic antenna is a sphere, like this is a sphere. Hence, the sphere isotropic area or the surface area of the sphere is area, this is surface area. Hence, the power density is known as power transmitted by surface area of sphere. That means power by 4 pi r square is the power density. Similarly, electric field, and before discussing electric field density, the units of power density is watt per meter square. Right, that is about power density. So, finally, the formula for power density is power transmitted per unit area. Power density is equal to power transmitted PT by surface area of a sphere, that is known as 4 pi r square, and its units are watt per meter square. And coming to your electric field intensity E. Electric field density is nothing but voltage available over a length, voltage by length, or volt per meter is electric field density. The amount of electric field available is known as electric field intensity. Its units are volt per meter. Right. With this concept, we are going to start solving the problems on power density as well as electric field intensity. Problems on power density and electric field intensity of EM waves. The first example, a radio station transmits power radially around the spherical region. The desired electric field intensity at a distance of 10 km from the station is 1 millivolt per meter. Calculate the corresponding magnetic field and power density. Okay, there is a radio station which is transmitting power radially, not in all directions, radially over a spherical region, over a sphere, over some volume whose shape is in sphere. The desired electric field intensity at a distance of 10 km from the station 1 is 1 millivolt per meter. So, we need electric field density at a point from the radio station is 1 millivolt, and the distance between the radio station and that point is 10 km. Okay, that is a given data. E 1 millivolt per meter, R is 10 km from the station, the magnetic field intensity. H equal to E by eta naught. Or eta naught equal to E by H. It is similar to your normal concept called free space impedance. In free space impedance, we talk about free space impedance, that is eta naught. You take an empty place so that you can understand the formula related to R is equal to V by I. Similarly, if voltage by meter is equal to current by meter, that is given by free space impedance, that is eta naught, where voltage by meter is nothing but electric field intensity, ampere per meter is nothing but magnetic field intensity, that is eta naught. Okay. So, for this there is a derivation also. We get eta naught as 120 pi. 120 pi. We will see how eta naught becomes 120 pi, so that we can recollect. Here we will talk about electric field intensity, magnetic field intensity. E is equal to ZH, where Z is the characteristic impedance of the medium, and power density is equal to E cross H. E cross H, it is something like normal power is equal to voltage into current. Similarly, here E cross H. power density equal to E cross H, electric field incident is equal to Z into H, where H is the electric field magnetic field intensity, E is the electric field intensity. And how to calculate power density? Generally inverse square law. Power density is directly proportional to power transmitted and also inversely proportional to the square of the distance. Hence power density equal to Pt by 4 pi r square. And electric field intensity, before discussing electric field intensity, first we need to solve characteristic impedance of the free space, Z equal to under root mu epsilon, where mu equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 Henry per meter. This is mu equal to 4 pi into 10 to the power of 7 minus 7. Next epsilon naught equal to 1 by 36 pi into 10 to the power of minus 9 farad per meter. If you substitute these values in this formula, you will get Z equal to 120 pi, and if you substitute this 120 pi in the power formula, that is power is equal to E square Z, the formula for electric field in strength is root 30 Pt by r square, or root 30 Pt by r. Okay, that is about power density and power electric field intensity. Let us see what is there in this problem. So you need to know the relation between H and E with respect to free space impedance. So the given data is electric field intensity is 1 millivolt per meter. The distance r is equal to 10 kilometer. And we need to calculate electromagnetic field strength and power density. The formula for E and H and eta naught is given by something like voltage equal to, not voltage, something like current equal to V by R. Similarly H equal to E by epsilon naught, isn't it? that is equal to 1 millivolt divided by 120 pi. The answer is 2.65 into 10 to the power of minus 6 ampere per meter. 2.65 into 10 to the power of minus 2.65 into 10 to the power of minus 9 ampere per meter. Minus 6, not minus 9, minus 6. Minus 6 ampere per meter. Power density equal to E into H. E you know 1 millivolt and H is equal to 2.65 to 10 to the power of minus 6. Then power density equal to 2.65 10 to the power of minus 9 watt per meter square. Isn't it? So it's very simple. You need to remember two formulas. One is relation between E and H and epsilon eta naught, and relation between power density E H. So you should remember these two formulas. In isotropic, second example, an isotropic source is transmitting a power of 10 kilowatt. Calculate the power density at a point which is 20 kilometer away from the source. There is an isotropic source which is transmitting 10 kilowatt power. Calculate the power density at a point which is 20 kilometer from the source. It's very simple. Power radiated by 4 pi r square. So they gave isotropic antenna. For isotropic antenna, the radiation pattern is sphere. So it radiates EM waves equally or uniformly in all directions. Hence the power density at a point from the source of the isotropic antenna is given by power transmitted by its surface area, that is the surface area of sphere. In this example they gave power transmitted as, what is the power transmitted? They gave 10 kilowatt and distance from the source is 20 kilometer. It is 10 kilowatt by 4 pi r square, that is 20 kilometer, and the answer will be 1.98 microwatt per meter square. The power density will be 1.98 10 to the power of minus microwatt per meter square. To the power of minus 6. Can erase this. 10 to the power of 1.98 microwatt per meter square. This is the power density from the isotropic antenna at a point 20 kilometer from it when its transmitted power is 10 kilowatt. So these are some of the problems on power density and electric field intensity. Next we are going to solve problems related to MUF, critical frequency in isotropic propagation of EM waves, maximum usable frequency and critical frequency. These are the two different terms related to EM waves when they are propagated through ionospheric propagation. So we know there is a chapter, fourth chapter, that is wave propagation. In that we discussed mainly three types of wave propagations. The main three propagations are ground wave propagation, space wave propagation and ionospheric propagation. In ionospheric propagation, the transmitter transmits the energy towards the ionosphere, then the ionosphere will receive and they reflect towards other points on the earth by a concept called refraction and reflection. When a wave incident onto ionosphere, because of the variations in the ionization levels in the ionosphere, it slowly bends. So, when the wave is bending, there are two or three important parameters which will decide the amount of radiation received at the receiver, distance at which the radiation is received, the maximum frequency that can be transmitted by a layer in ionosphere. Those are called MUF critical frequency. MUF is maximum usual frequency that can be, MUF is defined as the highest frequency that can be transmitted by an ionosphere without any escape, and critical frequency is the minimum frequency that can be used for its propagation. And for that there are two formulas are there. One is secant law and MUF is nothing but secant law, and critical frequency has relation Fc is equal to 9 into under root of n, where n is the ionization density. Fc critical frequency is 9 into 10 to the power 9 under root n, and maximum usual frequency is equal to Fc into under root 1 plus d by 2h square, where d is the distance, h is the height of the link. So, we will see is there any formula and problem, this type of problems. MUF is equal to Fc secant theta I, that is incident angle secant theta I. Secant theta I is equal to under root of h square plus d square by 4 by h, that is equal to secant theta is equal to under root of 1 by plus d by 2. Similarly, finally you will get Fc secant theta I. Secant theta is nothing but hypotenuse by adjacent. maximum usable frequency mu is equal to critical frequency by cos theta I. The maximum frequency that can be reflected back for a given distance. For a given distance, for a given angle of incidence. For a given distance, for a given angle of incidence. It is defined as highest frequency that can be reflected back to the earth by a particular layer for vertical incidence. So these are the terms we need to remember. MUF, critical frequency, and virtual height. I will take one empty page and I will explain what is MUF so that we can solve the problems. Let us say there is a earth and there are ionospheres like this. This is ionosphere layer, and the wave is incident onto the earth and reflected back, and this is your normal, and this is the angle of incidence theta I, and there is transmitter, and here is the receiver, and this is earth. As per the definition, critical frequency Fc is equal to secant theta I. Maximum usable frequency is equal to MUF is equal to Fc secant theta I. So you know Fc, but you don't know secant theta I. For secant theta I, let us say this is the distance d, and this is d by 2, and this is h, this is d by 2 h, and this is, you should find out. So secant theta is equal to hypotenuse by adjacent, and here hypotenuse adjacent is equal to d by 2, hypotenuse equal to 1. Finally you will get like this, there is a formula you will get. H square plus d square by 4 by h. Maximum usable frequency is given by Fc secant theta I. Here secant theta is equal to 1 plus d by 2h whole square under root. So these are the three formulas you should remember. Secant theta is equal to 1 plus d by 2h whole square into Fc is equal to MUF. Generally MUF is equal to Fc secant theta I. And one more formula is critical frequency is equal to 9 into under root of n max, that is maximum ionization density of a layer. Critical frequency and as well as maximum usable frequency are the highest frequencies, but for critical frequency we need a reference of a layer. For maximum usable frequency we need a reference of the distance or angle of incidence from the layer. So I will write the formulae should know for solving these type of problems. The first formula is Fc critical frequency equal to 9 into the root of n max, where n is the maximum ionization density, which is given by number of electrons per meter cube, that is critical frequency. Next, maximum usable frequency MUF is equal to Fc secant theta I, which is also have one more formula, Fc into under root of 1 plus d by 2h whole square, where d is the distance between the transmitter and receiver and h is the virtual height. Let us see, by knowing this formula we can solve the problems. In the example 1, that is problems on MUF and critical frequency in ionospheric propagation of EM waves. In example 1, find Fc critical frequency at a vertical instance if the maximum value of electron density is 1.24 into 10 to the power of 6 centimeter cube. Electron density, where n is the electron density. It is very simple. Substitute in the formula, Fc is equal to 9 into under root of n. They gave n value 1.24 into 10 to the power of 6 centimeter cube. And you will get 10 into 10.026 megahertz, the root of 1.24 10 to the power of 6 centimeter cube. I will take an empty page. Fc is equal to 9 into n, and here 9, you should write 9 as it is, 1.24 into 10 to the power of 6, 10 to the power of plus 6, six 10 to the power of centimeter cube. Centimeter cube means, where centimeter is 10 to the power of 2, 10 to the power of 2, or 10 to the power of minus 2 whole cube. Then you will get, when you substitute 1.24 into 10 to the power of 6 centimeter cube, you will get 10.06, 10.026, 10.026 megahertz is the critical frequency at vertical instance. That is about problem on critical frequency. Next, calculate the frequencies for F1, F2 and E layers for which the maximum ionization density is 2.3 10 to the power of 6, 3.4 into 10 to the power of 6 and 1.7 into 10 to the power of 6 electrons per cc, that is cubic centimeter. Cc means cubic centimeter. These are also very simple. They gave ionization densities for different layers, F1 layer, F2 layer and E layer. For F1 layer, it is 2.3 10 to the power of 6 cc, that is 10 cubic centimeter. that comes 2.3. When you substitute centimeter, when you convert centimeter cube into meter cube, we will get centimeter is equal to 10 to the power of minus 2 meter, and whole cube 10 to the power of minus 2 into 3 10 to the power of minus 6, hence 2.3 into 10 to the power of 6 centimeter cube is also same as 2.3, just 2.3 under root of 2.3. Then for F1 layer, critical frequency equal to 9 into under root of 2.3, 13.653. For F2 layer, Fc is equal to 9 into under root of 3.5, that becomes 6.839 megahertz. Similarly, for E layer, F equal to 9 into 10 to the power of 9 into under root of 1.7, that comes around 11.736 megahertz. (2.3) 13.653 megahertz. And just simply substituting the electron densities or ionization densities in the given formula, that is 9 under root n max. When the values are given in the order of 10 to the power of 6 cc, that is same as 10 to the power of 6 into cc will be cancelled and we get 1. Here they have shown. Example 6, example 3. A HF radio link has to be established between 2 points at a distance of 2500 kilometers on Earth's surface. Consider the ionospheric height to be 200 kilometers and Fc equal to 5 megahertz. Calculate MUF for the given path. Very simple, directly substituting the given values in the formula. They need to cover 2500 kilometers distance between transmitter and receiver, and the ionospheric layer height is 200 kilometers. Fc is given as critical frequency, that is at vertical instance the frequency would be 5 megahertz. Then what is MUF? Very simple, I will take an empty page and I will write. They gave Fc is equal to 5 megahertz and distance between transmitter and receiver is 2500 kilometers on Earth, and height of ionosphere is equal to 200 kilometers. Then we need to calculate what is maximum usable frequency. For the formula, Fc is into 1 plus d by 2h whole square. Substitute Fc, what is Fc? 5 mega into under root 1 plus d by 2h, 2500 by 2 into h. What is the height of ionosphere given? 200 k whole square. When you multiply with 5 mega, you will get the value around 31.650 megahertz. The answer for this is 31.650 megahertz is the maximum usable frequency, isn't it? The formula is very simple. Maximum usable frequency formula is given by Fc into under root 1 plus d by 2h whole square, where d is the distance between transmitter and receiver and earth surface, h is the height of the ionosphere. So, I already have drawn the diagram. Let us say this is the earth and this point is transmitter and this point is receiver, and there is an ionospheric layer like this. When you incident the waves or high frequency waves onto ionosphere, they will reflect back like this. Okay. And the point between transmitter and receiver is d, and height, this height is named as h. Okay. And the angle between this normal line and the incident line is known as theta I. Okay. This is known as maximum usual frequency. Then maximum usual frequency, the formula is Fc under root 1 plus d by 2h whole square. Actually this is known as secant theta I. This is for the formula for maximum usable frequency. Next we will see one more problem. Example 4. A high frequency radio link has to be established between 2 points on the earth 200 km away. If the reflection region of the ionosphere is at a height of 200 km and has a critical frequency of 6 MHz, calculate the MUF for the given path. It's very same problem. It is very similar to the earlier problem, example 3. In example 3, the critical frequency is 5 MHz, here 6 MHz. The distance was 2500 in earlier example, it is 2000 in present example, whereas the height is same, that is 200 kilometers. Can you solve this problem? Yes, we will see. 2000 kilometers, 6 MHz. Substitute in the given formula. What is the given data? Fc is equal to 6 MHz. Distance 2000 kilometers. Height of the ionosphere, they provided 200 kilometers. Then what is the maximum usual frequency formula? It is given by MUF is equal to Fc into under root 1 plus d by 2h whole square. Substitute in the given formula, 6 mega into under root 1 plus d by 2h whole square. What is d? 2000 or 2k. What is h? 200 kilometers. Then the answer will be, let us see what is the answer for this, 30.6 megahertz. The answer will be 30.6 megahertz. There is one more example, number 5. A communication is to be established between the two stations 1500 km apart. Derive the necessary formulae and calculate the maximum frequency you may choose for communication using ionosphere as a reflector if the height and the plasma frequency of the ionosphere at the point of reflection are respectively 250 km and 12 MHz. Assume ionosphere to the thin and the earth to be flat. It is very simple. The plasma frequency is nothing but critical frequency, and height they provided 250 kilometers. Substitute in the given formula and you will get the maximum usual frequency as 37.995 megahertz. So what they gave? They gave we need a communication link. The distance will be 1500 kilometers and height of the ionosphere was 250 kilometers and the critical frequency required is 12 megahertz. Very simple. Substitute in the given formula. You get 37.95 megahertz. Take the example, same earlier example. What is the formula for maximum usual frequency? Fc into under root 1 plus d by 2h whole square is given as MUF. Then what is Fc? 12 megahertz. 1 plus what is d? 1500 kilometers and 2 into h. What is the h? Height of the ionosphere 250 kilometers whole square under root. Then you will get 37.95 megahertz as the maximum usable frequency. So, for all these problems the simple formula is maximum usable frequency is given by Fc into under root 1 plus d, where is d is the distance between the transmitter and receiver, divided by 2h whole square, and h is the height of the ionosphere. Okay. With this I will stop. In today's class we discussed about, we solved problems on power density, electric field intensity, and problems on MUF and critical frequency. In the next class we are going to design some of the antennas which are there in our syllabus. Okay. With this I will stop. Thank you. Have a nice day. We will meet in the next class.